to lose means the stakes were very high, and this technology helped you out.
Frankly speaking, let me confess that AI and myself, we are new to each other, right? We have just started dating, and we don't intend to get married at all, right? So, but having said that, I think this question I'll leave for my next speaker, Dr. Durga Prasad. He'll be showcasing certain AI applications, certain generative AI platforms, which we are using. I'll not say using, but we have started using in our curriculum. I don't know whether I'll be successful or not, but let me say that my short-term aim of generative AI is that 6 months, 7 months down the line, 70%, if not 80%, of pharmacology curriculum should be automated. Only one thing is there, that whatever you put inside this, it is in public domain. Again, coming back to the copyright question. So I'll refrain from writing the name of my students. If I want to ask AI to do an item analysis of the MCQs and their answers, I'll not write the name of my students. I'll not write their AFG numbers also. If I want to share some attributes of my brother officers, I'll not write their personal numbers or iCard numbers. So that care I'll take. But and coming to the other side, that how it would harm me. That's what you wanted to ask, right?
Yeah.
So probably I'll be more careful when I'm using generative AI for assessment. So lesson plan is something which tells me I can still tweak when I'm taking a lesson, right? But while it is about assessment, especially about summative assessment, when it's pass-fail, there I would be a little stingy in giving out more pass to generative AI, or maybe have more control over it. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Can I give you some suggestions, some examples? Your question is, in a critical situation, has generative AI helped you? Okay. I'll give you a personal example of a student. I'm also a student. All of us are teachers as well as students. So this is a year and a half back maybe, and I was doing a particular course from it's at the law university, and you see, legal things are far complex to grasp. They give you a 15-page judgment and say, okay, now can you just help me tell what is the key message? How do you go about it? You need time. You need that particular aptitude, and with this hair going away, it doesn't really help. So for example, I'll just tell you how it becomes very critical. And what we're doing is just giving a 30-page document, and what we are getting on the output is this. Okay, so these are things which our students are doing. Okay, and I'll give you a different example. Are the undergraduate students here? None of them? Doesn't matter. I'll just give you an example. Can you please make a So it'll even make you mnemonics. It'll make you images to remember things. It'll make you this thing. So it's a mnemonic is not understood this thing. But what I've done is also made mnemonics out of particular things if you want to go and give an exam, high stakes exam. So to that extent, generative AI is being used by our students. It's being used. Let's not be in a world where we say it's not practical, it's this, it's that. See, do not depend on data which it has itself. You give him a PDF. Please summarize this for me. I have 6 points. Can you make a mnemonic out of it? Okay, so it is the cleverness and the ingenuity of your students, and therefore also yourself, and also the teachers, which is required to use this tool. The tool is not necessarily that you're depending on the data it was fed in with, but also the content which you give in the way it can summarize.
Excellent point. But my question to you is, even if you upload the PDF, because we do that, or a 15-page, the summary it gets, or it produces, how do we know it's correct? Or the interpretation is correct? How do we know?
Yeah, so what happens is, by and large, if you are clever, you will use 2 to 3 tools. Okay, there's one tool which comes as Gemini, one is ChatGPT, and another thing is part of like the Foxit reader, which you use generally for PDF or anything, will automatically have an AI generating tool which summarize. It's called a summarizer tool. You can never be sure. But at the same time, the odds are very much in favor that what it's saying is right. Otherwise, you read 15 pages and then you may also, even if you give it to 10 people, they may have different interpretations. So that is a way of summarizing and gathering things in a particular situation. It's happening. I'm not trying to make this up. I'm trying to show you how students are today doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He said that it is a tool which is very handy for someone who is already an expert, kind of an expert in that domain, so that he is not losing on that front. That is one thing. Secondly, I want to share, as you were rightly saying, sir, that is a very good summarizing tool. I had to deliver a talk at a very short notice on lifestyle medicine, and I had read quite a few books before that. But in order to get a summary of all those books, let us say there were 5 books, and I went into Chat GPT. Please give me a summary of, let us say, this book. It just gave me one paragraph, and all those 5 paragraphs were very handy just to remember what exactly I read in those books. So that way, these tools are very helpful.
Exactly. And it's being used by many professions. Legal is one, where 30-page, 40-page is actually just a short brief. Yeah. So I think that's, I wanted more interactions, therefore I'm ceding a bit of time. I'm sorry for that. Let's have the next speakers, Praful, if it's okay. Yeah. We'll have the presentation in the end, so we can request the next speakers, please. Yeah. Dr. Durga Prasad is another amazing person who has a great passion for technology, and he again is from the same department. He's a pharmacologist. Let me not get into Googling him right now. Let's move on to his talk straight away.
Good afternoon, esteemed colleagues and guests. These are the tools which I am using regularly. You can consider them as my P-drug list. Okay, so in Department of Pharmacology, for content creation, by integrating generative AI, how can we improve the teaching and also results? I will show you some generative AI content which I made, and I'm continuously improving actually. So I'm in starting stage only. So if any mistakes or something, please ignore. I'll start showing my where I am using these tools and how I am using the tools and what kind of outputs I'm getting. So as all already speak about these Chat GPT, Google Gemini, Llama models, and also Claude models. All these you all know. And first, I'll generally start with Chat GPT only. Chat GPT is the master of everything. So I'll start with the Chat GPT. So for conference, I have created already one interaction. Okay. So I have asked ChatGPT here. Yeah. SLO list, methods used, time allotted, and resources provided for anti-tubercular drug lesson for undergraduate MBBS second year students. So this is what actually I have asked it, and ChatGPT has given me SLOs, understanding the classification of anti-tubercular drugs and explain the mechanism of action, pharmacokinetics, and describe the regimens for anti-tubercular as per WHO guidelines, and we can add Indian guidelines also, discuss the challenges of multi-drug resistant and extensive drug resistance. So what I have done is, so I'll show you different tools. This is actually teaching aid visual mein. This is my favorite tool. This is called as Canva AI. Canva AI is like template collection. You will have all template collections. You want to design a poster, you want to design a PPT, or you want to design anything, a lesson plan. So for example, if you type here as a lesson plan, so create a design, go to create a design. Either you will have everything. So either just I'll type for lesson plan. So the lesson plan will come. So there are a lot of lesson plans, you will get in templates. So in these templates, you can select any lesson plan. Or if you want to, design any book also, ask for books. If you want to design any website also, ask for website, anything, all are editable. All are editable. Just go through the template and select the template simply and enter, what is the subject or list of topic, all this. So here actually, without wasting time, I have showed what I have generated. So anti-tubercular lesson plan I have generated like this. So this is my plan. So lesson plan and time and also resources provided, and all these I have made in a attractive way. So that's how we can use. And second thing, for case scenario generation also I have utilized this thing. See how the case scenario. I have asked ChatGPT only to generate a case scenario, and again I have generated image using this ChatGPT. And see all this. This image I have generated through Canva. Canva is again it can able to generate the images also. So I will show you some image platforms which I will use. This is my favorite, Leonardo AI. Leonardo AI, why I prefer? Because Leonardo AI have inbuilt models. For example, majority of us, we don't know prompt engineering, right? So how to exactly ask the prompt, we don't know. Simply what you have to do is select these models. See, whether you want a cartoon character, or whether you want an artistic character, or whether you want an oil paint, or whether you want a hyper, realistic character. So what kind of character you want to create, you just check here. So generally for teaching purpose, hyper realistic I will use. So hyper realistic characters, these kind of characters. See, these are the real hyper realistic characters. So this is my library. I have used the characters. So these are called as hyper realistic characters. See, so the characters looks like actually they are, you can use in teaching. So the important thing, one more tip I can tell you is, whenever you are generating any image, just see here, seed is very important. You can find seed of this, just find here somewhere, it is seed. It is called as seed, because if you maintain that seed, if you use that seed, see, I have mentioned here reference seed is 32578, some random seed I have generated. So if you use that seed, that AI will maintain the consistency of characters. Otherwise the AI will give different characters, you don't know. And exactly you have to give Indian character. I have mentioned here Indian doctor, male patient, age. If you if you want to generate more consistent images, try to give the name also and maintain a seed. Give some random seed. So that seed, maintain the same seed, so that it will give you a consistent image. So still it is improving, but it is 100% better than ChatGPT, Leonardo. And Leonardo can also generate motion images. So if you give your image and ask it to create, look like, make it a motion picture type. So it will generate a motion type. So you can add on your videos. So using these technologies, I have created a communication video. I'll tell you good and bad communication for my students.
नमस्ते दोस्तों, आज हम बात करेंगे प्रैक्टिस के एक इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट के बारे में। मरीजों को बुरी खबर कैसे बताएं। मान लीजिए आपको एक मरीज को बताना है कि उसे ट्यूबरकुलोसिस है। ये आसान नहीं होता, लेकिन न्यूज देने का तरीका बहुत फर्क करता है। तो देखते हैं इसे दो तरीकों से, सही तरीका और गलत तरीका। पहले डॉक्टर गुड कम्युनिकेशन। सोचिए, आप रूम में दाखिल होते हैं, आई कांटेक्ट बनाते हैं और बैठते हैं। आप धीरे और साफ बोलते हैं, मिस्टर स्मिथ, मेरे पास कुछ गंभीर खबर है। आपके टेस्ट के रिजल्ट्स आ गए हैं और लगता है कि आपको ट्यूबरकुलोसिस है। आप रुकते हैं, उन्हें समझने का समय देते हैं। आप चुप रहते हैं, स्थिति की गंभीरता को समझने का समय देते हैं। फिर आप आश्वासन देते हैं। मुझे पता है यह सुनना मुश्किल है, लेकिन हमारे पास प्रभावी इलाज है और मैं हर कदम पर आपके साथ रहूंगा। आप समझते हैं, कहते हैं, इस समय डर या भ्रम महसूस करना स्वाभाविक है। आप उन्हें प्रश्न पूछने का समय
So this is how we can generate, but I have generated this video using a software called as, tool called as InVideo. So generally I will use this video called as InVideo. InVideo is a very simple tool. You just log in into InVideo and just type whatever script you want. Say I want to generate a patient communication with TB, or it is always better to ask ChatGPT to generate that script, and you can improve by using your own thoughts and paste here. Just give me and the second thing, advantage of InVideo is you can generate in multiple languages. You can generate in Tamil, you can generate in Hindi, you can generate in any language. Just ask it, it will do it. And second thing, you can modify the images using Leonardo AI. And second thing, one more platform in images I will prefer is Microsoft Designer. Microsoft Designer is also best for medical scenarios generation. Microsoft Designer also very well. And second thing, these are all prompts, hints. Prompt, creative solution, reimagine, think beyond traditional methods. For example, what you are expecting, ChatGPT is not giving. Just try these prompts. Think out of the box. Reimagine, think out of the box, do some brainstorming, and also draw inspiration from literature, art, and global cultures, and also